Hey guys, Felix here. A lot of you requested that I come out with a monk guide talking about a monk rotation. Now, today I'm here to talk about several things going into a monk rotation, including some tips and tricks that are going to help you improve your performance as a Windwalker monk going into a rotation, as well as to stack some fast Tiger's Eye Brew. So, first off, we're going to go into the general rotation, and then next we're going to go into some tips on managing your energy with chi, and then we'll finish off with some fast Tiger's Eye Brew stacking. So hope this helps, guys, and let's get started. Now, before we go into a rotation, there's a few things to note before you go into a rotation as a Windwalker monk. The first thing to note on that list is our passive combo breaker. Now, every time we jab, we get a 12% chance to get a free Tiger Palm or Blackout Kick. Now, this is going to give you an idea about managing your energy, and I'll go in depth a little bit later in this video about some tips on how to do that. Now, the next thing on the list is your energy rough cap. The energy rough cap for Windwalker monks is at least 12 energy per second. Now, haste scales terribly with any DPS that requires energy to do DPS with, but if you go below 12 energy per second, you're going to have a lot more trouble stacking your chi when going into rotation as a Windwalker monk, so keep that in mind, guys. Now let's talk about a beginning rotation, guys. Now, the only real thing that you need to know as a Windwalker monk is a beginning rotation. The reason for that is because a lot of monks' rotation comes from RNG chances, and it's very situational. The RNG chance is basically from your combo breaker, and the situational is meaning if you're in PvP, you'll be rooting players, so you'll be using energy for that, as well as you can be using tips and tricks that I'm going to teach you in this video about using Chi Wave as a global cooldown to manage your energy as well. So let's get started with our beginning rotation. Now let's go on to the beginning rotation. So in the beginning rotation, you're going to open up with the jab. Then after you jab, you're going to Tiger Palm. Then right after you do that, you're going to jab again. Then Rising Sun Kick. Then jab right after the Rising Sun Kick. Then Blackout Kick for the bleed. Then after that, you're going to jab again, and then go into a Fist of Fury. Now, while you're in a Fist of Fury, a little tip is that you are low on energy, so while you're channeling a Fist of Fury, you're also gaining back energy. Even though a Fist of Fury is off cooldown, sometimes you can save it for when you're low on energy to gain back energy, especially in PvE. Now here's the same clip at normal speed to give you guys a better understanding about this beginning rotation. Now let's talk about ways to manage your energy with Combo Breaker and your Chi. So, first off is a perfect example. I'm low on energy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to Tiger Palm first, and then I'm going to use up my Chi so I have enough energy to jab by the time I run out of Chi. Another example right here is reversed. You basically use your Chi first, so I Rising Sun kicked right there, and then I use my Combo Breaker so I have enough energy to jab right now. So basically, don't use your energy if you don't have to. Another tip that I mentioned in the beginning of the video is using your Chi Wave as a global cooldown to manage your energy. So here's a perfect example right here. I get low on energy and I use Chi Wave as a global cooldown, so then I'm also doing damage and healing myself at the same time while gaining back energy. Now let's go on to the rotation and see how fast we can stack our 20 Tiger's Eye Brew with using the tips that I taught you in this video. Last thing I want to talk about, guys, is a Windwalker burst. A lot of people are confused on how to burst as a Windwalker. So if you look at how much damage Invoke Xuen does right now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stack up 10 Tiger's Eye Brew. The reason for this is because Invoke Xuen is going to get buffed and damaged by your Tiger's Eye Brew, so don't pop it right off the bat. So if you see how much it got buffed right there just with one stack, so make sure you get 10 stacks. Another thing to note is that Invoke Xuen gets buffed by the amount of agility that you have, so it's ideal to try to save burst for when you get all your Dancing Steel enchant procs as well as your trinket procs or your unused trinket procs. So if you can get those all at the same time, it would be a really good burst. So let's look at the next clip where I got a perfect burst set up, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so the perfect burst situation has just appeared to me. So I got both my Dancing Steel enchant procs as well as my trinket proc. So I'm about to burst right now where I pop my unused trinket and my Tiger's Eye Brew and my Xuen. Make sure to pop those first, or Xuen will not get affected by your Tiger's Eye Brew or agility. This also shows you how much Xuen has been buffed and damaged from all that stuff that just procced and all the stuff that I just used. It's over 2 times more. All in all, guys, if you guys practice this on players' faces and target dummies, as well as PvE bosses and stuff, if you're a PvE person, it should vastly improve your performance as a Windwalker Monk. Let me know if you have any questions for me, or if you liked the video and let me know if it helped. Feel free to leave a comment below. Please note that this is on the Dara Mactire YouTube page, so I won't answer it as quickly as I can, but I will answer it as quick as I can. So feel free to leave a comment. If you guys have a personal question for me, feel free to leave me a comment on my YouTube page, or feel free to leave me a message on my YouTube page, and I'll answer you back as soon as I can. Make sure you check out the Dara Mactire webpage as well as their YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe to them and give them the support. But other than that, hope this video helped, and hope to see you in the next video, guys. Take care and have a wonderful day.